Hello everyone, welcome to this session. In this session, we will talk about the MATLAB built-in functions. You have already learned how to use MATLAB built-in functions, right? So we first give a function name, followed by the parentheses, then we put the input here. So this is a previous slide with a pi divided 2. So now in this session, we will introduce more about MATLAB built-in functions. So the first category, we can tell it data type conversion. So as you can see, we have the number to string. So we convert a number to a string or an integer to a string. So we can see is a string to number. So I think you can get the meaning of it, right? So I input a string, I change it to number. So we can see here, we put a 127 as a string. The number is 127, right? So these are the data type conversion. The char function, we convert a string into an array of characters. There are also the back to bin. This means we convert an integer into its binary form, or bin to DAC, the opposite, a binary number into an integer. So let's see some examples. Back to bin, I input a number, this is a 4, its binary form is 100. And oppositely, I input a 1000, so the integer is 8. So you can see this is a category of a data type conversion function. And you can see more cases in the live script. The second very important thing is we want to find the largest or smallest element in the matrix. This is often used when you do programming. Remember, MATLAB does things by columns, right? So let's see this one, 284739. This is a matrix. Now, all I want is to do the min and max. We want to find the minimum and maximum. So let's see, I'll remember along columns. So we can see the max match. What will happen? Will it output the maximum number 9? No, it will not, because MATLAB works by columns. So we can see when we do max match, we provide the maximum number of each column. So we can see here, 789. See, 789 is out, right? So the 7 is the maximum in the first column, 8 is the maximum in the second column, 9 is the maximum in the third column. So if we want to get the maximum of this matrix, what shall we do? We put a max in this one, right? Then you will get 9. But we often don't do that because often a matrix, we save data. Later we will do some, data manipulation, or we use it to use as a training data point in machine learning. And so often one column or one row we can think is a data sample. So that's why we want to make it by column-wise or row-wise, right? So similarly, you can see that if we use min, what will happen? You can see yourself. Okay, if I wanted to get the largest or smallest among rows, because by default it's column, if we want to make it among rows, how can we do that? Okay, we do it like that. The max, comma, with a empty square bracket, comma, 2. There's no reason, this is just the syntax, right? So when we use this format, we can get the answers along the rows. So we can see the 89 is here. So we can see the maximum of the first row, maximum of the second row. So for the minimum, you can see it yourself, right? So, okay, so this is the max and the min functions. The next thing which we need to talk about for MATLAB function is MATLAB functions can return multiple values. This is different from many programming languages, right? So if we only use one return value, we don't have all the return values, only the primary, means the first return value, will be output, while others are ignored. If we want to see all of them, we should do like this. We can say, besides the function with a parenthesis, this is what you know, the output is what? With the square brackets, we put the val1, val2, means two outputs separated by comma here, right? We call it unpacking returned variables into two variables. So in this way, the returned variables, there will be two returns, two outputs. One is val1, one is val2. So to give you an example, the max and min functions are in fact functions with multiple outputs. Just now, we didn't write the second output, so it didn't show us. Only the primary output, the first output, is provided. That is a maximum element or the minimum element. If we put two outputs there, the second is index, the index of the maximum and index of the minimum. So in future programming, you may sometimes find the index is even more important. And let's see it in the future, right? Now we provide some examples. So this one, I provide a mat, this is a matrix, is here. Now I ask for the maximum, and I provide two outputs. So we can see the first one, the maximum value is 10, and the index is what? Is the index of this 10, right? So we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the 7th place. So the index is 7. Here, similarly, we can do we want the min. So min is because this is only one row, right? So we do the smallest. We can just get it here. So min is 2, index is the first place. So after the session, you can build let's say a 2 by 3 matrix, and you use min and with two outputs, then you can see what are the value and what is the index, right? You can see the outcome. Also in MATLAB, there are several statistics functions. We can see the sum, mean, median, standard deviation. Also, they work by columns. Next, I will show you an example with let's say a 1 by 7 matrix, but you can try yourself to see that when you put let's say 2 by 7 matrix, what will appear. So let's first see the example. So there is a matrix, is here. It's a 1 by 7 matrix. I can put the sum to get the sum of it, mean, the average of it, median, the median value of it, STD, the standard value, the standard deviation value of it, right? So outputs. So you can try on your own while I put this to the 2 by 7 matrix, what will appear, and you can explain it. Right. The next category is rounding functions. In this category, we have 3 functions: round, ceil, floor. Round means I round the inputs to the nearest integer. Ceil means up to the nearest integer, and floor means down to the nearest integer. And you can see here, 3.4 as an input. If we say round, okay, it goes to 3. Ceil, even this 0.4, I go to 4, because up to the nearest integer, floor goes to 3. So if floor 3.6, it will also goes to 3, right? So this is rounding. So that's all for this session. At the end of the session, I listed the functions, and through this hyperlink, you can get to their help file. Okay, thank you very much. That's all for this session. Bye-bye.